Here's a shot from earlier on. As the Suns arrive at the arena, they're looking to leave town on a winning note tonight. The sun shining brightly on downtown Philadelphia. That's the setting for our broadcast today. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. In this one, we'll see the Philadelphia 76ers against the Phoenix Suns. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Up it forward, they'll have Bridges and Crowder. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. And for the 76ers, front court filled in by Green at 3 and Harris at the 4. Curry is out there with Simmons. And it's Embiid in at the 5. And I know every player counts down the seconds to opening night, Clark. How exciting was it for you to be on the court when the games finally took on real meaning?
You know, Kevin, it was always exciting because you never take it lightly. It's a great blessing to be able to play, and after you've gone through preseason, the preseason games and training camp and the like, you're excited to have the energy of the crowd in the building and the game starting to count for real.
And it's our favorite day of the year at 2K Sports. At long last, it's time to roll the ball out there and get the new season of NBA basketball underway. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our distinguished analyst. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. All right, let's check out the starting group for the Thunder. The Canadian pair of Gilgeous-Alexander and Dort, the backcourts. Darius Bazley is out there with Derek Favors. And it's Pokashevsky in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Bucks, the foundation of this team, Middleton and Giannis, the 3 and the 4. Holiday and DiVincenzo man the backcourt. And it's Lopez in at the center position, locking down the middle. Another season underway for the NBA. Grant, was there an opening night that sticks out in your mind?
Well, for me, rookie year opening night is always special. Came out the gates 25-10.
Illuminating the landscape, Sears Tower and the rest of the Chicago skyline as night falls upon us. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks for joining us as we start the new season. Joining me tonight, Grant Hill and Steve Smith. I'm Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce. Teams that were close to a title last year, Smitty. I'm sure opening night couldn't come fast enough.
You're totally right, B.A. Unfinished business at hand, and they are chomping at the bit to get the season going. Unfortunately, in this league, you have only one winner.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves: Russell the 1, Beasley the 2. McDaniels at power forward with Towns at center. And it's Edwards in a small forward. And for Chicago, Ball and Levine make up the backcourt. DeMar DeRozan is out there with Patrick Williams. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 down low. So the Timberwolves win the tip. Pass to Towns.
If it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it can only mean one thing. Welcome to Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. And for Cleveland, the guard set is Garland and Sexton. Allen is out there with Markkanen. And it's Okoro in at the 3, the small forward. And here we are, opening night. Brent, do you have some special memories from an opening night you played in?
Man, I'm fired up, Kevin. Opening night. I hope you're excited. I know you are. I remember back in 1995, those many years ago, we had played against the Phoenix Suns, and they at the time had a player that said something during a free throw when the arena was completely quiet.
For the land of the free and the home.
A spirited rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. The fans getting into it. You can feel the anticipation building. We'll be right back. And welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. Brand new season. So glad to have you with us on this journey. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson, plus our reporter Allie LaForce. Another season underway for the NBA. Grant, was there an opening night that sticks out in your mind?
Well, for me, rookie year opening night is always special. Came out the gates 25, 10, and 5. Of course, 2004 was special, too, after not playing the entire previous year.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Murray and White in the backcourt. Jakob Poeltl out there with Thaddeus Young. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. And for the Celtics, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum. They're the forwards. Marcus Smart out there with Dennis Schroeder.
Up next, the Clippers taking on the Nets. For the Clippers, they start their season off, and we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And Greg, with over a decade you had in the NBA, is there an opening night that you remember most?
Man, that very first time putting on that Knicks jersey. The game was in Orlando. I played 28 minutes, which was a lot for a rookie back then, and I'll never forget that night.
So the Nets starting 5. The small and power forwards are Harris and Durant. Harden out there with Irving, and it's Griffin in at the 5. And for the Clippers, the guard spots filled by Jackson and George. Leonard and Morris are up in the forward positions. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. To the paint. Coming right up, the Grizzlies taking on the Mavericks. For the Memphis Grizzlies, they start their season off in front of a raucous home crowd. They are amped up and ready to tip things off right. Mavs, Grizzlies. Don't leave your seat. We'll be right back. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Chris, you and I love opening day. Which types of teams do you think tend to begin the season well?
Great question, Kevin. I think it's teams that had chemistry the previous year, teams that return a lot of players. That means you have that familiarity. Teams that have help on that side. And more importantly, you know what? Sometimes teams that had the most heartbreak because they're coming back ready to go.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. The guard pair, it's Doncic and Hardaway. Finney Smith in at the forward with Porzingis as the other. And it's Powell in at the 5 down low.
And a quick glance outside the arena here in downtown Atlanta. And it's our favorite day of the year at 2K Sports. At long last, it's time to roll the ball out there and get the new season of NBA basketball underway. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. As a player, Clark, it must be hard to keep your emotions in check on opening night.
Yeah, more of a relief than anything else, BA, especially after you've been around for a couple of years. I only played the equivalent of 5 years, so I only had a handful of opening nights, but always special. And even as a broadcaster, I think it's exciting to see the start of a new season because that hope that everybody has is palpable. Here we go.
A look at the opening lineup for the Orlando Magic. Chuma Okeke is out there with Wendell Carter. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. Then it's Suggs. And it's Fultz in at the 2 spot. And for Atlanta, Collins at the 4.
The nighttime activity on Ocean Drive here in Miami. As seen from the air, plenty going on down there. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sideline. Ralph Smitty, opening day is upon us. You excited for the new season?
I am, Kevin. First of all, you love seeing the new rookie class, how they fit in. Second, a lot of these teams with a lot of trades and moving parts, and some of these franchises that have acquired new coaches.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Filling out the wing spots, it'll be Hield and Barnes. Bagley and Holmes sharing the post duties. And it's Fox in at the point. And for the Heat. And Robinson on the wing, he's joined by Butler. Adebayo is the pivot with Tucker playing the 4. And it's Lowry in at the 1. And so the tip-off, it's Miami.
For the land of the free and the
Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And he got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. Chris Webber is joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. The starters for the Utah Jazz. Conley is the point with Mitchell as the 2 guard. Bogdanovich out there with Gobert, and it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. And for Charlotte, the guard spots are filled by Ball and Rozier. P.J. Washington is out there with Hayward. And it's Plumlee in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for those teams that suffered a harsh ending to last season, Greg, what are they feeling here on opening night?
I mean, motivated. You think about that kind of thing all summer, and the chance for retribution starts now.
Mitchell outside.
A great look at the Utah State Capitol, all lit up on a fantastic night in Salt Lake City. Welcome, everyone. Here it is at long last. It's the start of the NBA regular season. I know everyone's just as excited as we are here on 2K Sports to get things underway. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Chicago Bulls. I'm Brian Anderson. With us tonight, 2 great basketball minds, Grant Hill and Steve Smith. Also, our reporter, Allie LaForce. So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. Ball and Levine make up the backcourt. DeMar DeRozan is out there with Patrick Williams. And it's Vucevic in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for Utah, the backcourt, it's Conley and Mitchell. Bojan Bogdanovich out there with Royce O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the center position. And a new rookie class to watch here early in the season, Grant. How long should we wait to evaluate a rookie's play, you think?
Well, BA, I think you have to give them a pass their whole first year. It just takes a minute to adjust and acclimate. And a lot depends on the age of the rookie as well.
And the Bulls start out with the ball. Now here's ball.
Coming up next, from Golden One Center in California's capital city, Sacramento. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. A look at the 76ers starting group. The stars of this team in the post, Harris and Embiid. Outside the wings are Curry and Green. And it's Simmons in at the point guard. And for the Kings, the front court will be Barnes along with Bagley. In the backcourt, it's Fox and Hield. And it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. And Greg, with over a decade you had in the NBA, is there an opening night that you remember most?
Man, that very first time putting on that Knicks jersey. The game was in Orlando. I played 28 minutes, which was a lot for a rookie back then, and I'll never forget.
Lower Manhattan, One World Trade Center on a beautiful evening. We're a few blocks up in Midtown, coming to you from New York City. And welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. Brand new season. So glad to have you with us on this journey. With Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Let's check out Milwaukee's starting lineup. Giannis plays the 4 with Lopez in the middle. DiVincenzo and Middleton make up the perimeter. And it's Holiday in at point. And for New York, inside we have Randall and Robinson. Fournier the 2, Barrett at the small forward, and it's Walker in at the 1. And every year, Grant, the officials seem to emphasize a different rule. You think it takes long for players to adjust?
You know, BA, it depends on the rule and how strict they will call it. Things like the rip-through, hand-checking, those type of rules, they take some time to adjust.
Here we go. And so off the tip, it is New York.
Those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall. Talk about early expectations as a first-round pick.
Well, you know, everyone wants to see what you got. In reality, also, you want to see what you have against the best players in the world. So it'll take some time, though, to adapt to the speed of the game. But ultimately, it's about going out and competing.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Longtime teammates Middleton and Giannis, the forwards. At the guard positions, Holiday and DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, and they have their big 3 all out there. Westbrook at the point with LeBron and Davis at the forward. Howard is out there with...
A look at Lake Eola in the shadow of downtown Orlando. A breathtaking sunset in Central Florida. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks for joining us as we start the new season. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Orlando Magic here at Amway Center. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. A look at the opening lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Garland and Sexton are in the backcourt. Lauri Markkanen out there with Okoro. And it's Allen in at the center position. And for the Magic, they've got Jonathan Isaac. Chuma Okeke is out there with Wendell Carter. Then it's Suggs, and it's Fultz in at the 2 spot. And after a long offseason, both teams sure would like to kick things off with a win.
Yeah, and don't forget, B.A., these early games count the same as the ones down the stretch. A hot start can make all the difference in building momentum and getting you to your ultimate goal.
And the Magic start out with a ball. Here's Suggs.
The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And now the Lakers starting group. And they have their big 3 all out there. Westbrook at the point, with LeBron and Davis at the forward. Monk is out there with Howard. And for Dallas, the guard pair, it's Doncic and Hardaway. Finney-Smith in at the forward with Porzingis as the other. And it's Powell in at the center position. And for teams already exceeding expectations, Greg, their spirits are running sky high right now.
And it's such a great feeling to come out strong, but it's hard to maintain that consistency. The teams that do, they believe in themselves and they keep playing to their strength.
Now, here's Doncic.
For the land of the free and the
A spirited rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. The fans getting into it. You can feel the anticipation building. We'll be right back. Welcome, everyone. Here it is at long last. It's the start of the NBA regular season. I know everyone's just as excited as we are here on 2K Sports to get things underway. I'm Brian Anderson at the table with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. And with opening night, Brent, we'll get to see these players going full force.
This is huge. The difference between the preseason and then ratcheting things up for an opening night. The butterflies are there. The excitement is there. The uniform smells better. The lights are a little bit brighter. So let's get it going.
Now the opening lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers. The 1-2 punch of George and Kawhi on the perimeter. Morris and Zubats play together in the front court. And it's Jackson in at the 1. And for Brooklyn, Durant and Griffin the combo out front. James Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the 3. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Now here's Harden. The streets of Denver are filled with excitement tonight as we get ready for action. And it's our favorite day of the year at 2K Sports. At long last, it's time to roll the ball out there and get the new season of NBA basketball underway. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and Allie LaForce.
It's never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
A look at the starting group for the Pelicans. Ingram at the 3, Zion at the 4. Devontae Graham out there with Josh Hart. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Denver, Murray and Barton, the guards. Down low, it's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Porter in at the small forward. Tip-off goes to Denver. Already some surprises in the new year, Smitty, including a couple breakout teams.
I love to see that.
For the land
It's always fun to look around and see fans singing our Stars Spangled Banner. Getting in the spirit. Should be a good one tonight. Don't go away. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. And tonight, we've got the Indiana Pacers playing against the Orlando Magic. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Now the starting group for Orlando. They've got Jonathan Isaac. Suggs out there with Markelle Fultz. Then there's Carter. And it's Okeke in at power forward. And for Indiana, in the post, it's Sabonis and Turner. The guard pair are Brogdon and LeVert. And it's Warren in at the 3 spot. And we're at the beginning of a long NBA season, Doris, for a team looking to go the distance. What's the single most important thing to establish early?
And probably, Kevin, the commitment to the collective. You know, there's always going to be new faces. How do you integrate those personalities? Can you get everyone on the same page at the outset?
And welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. Brand new season. So glad to have you with us on this journey. With two All-Stars, Grant Hill and Chris Webber. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. A look at the starting group for the Pistons. Inside, Grant and Olynyk. Cunningham is out there with Hayes. And it's Bay in at the 3. And for New Orleans, it's an all-Duke forward pair. Ingram the 3, Zion the 4. Josh Hart is out there with Devontae Graham. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And the start of a new season, Chris. What's opening day like for a player?
Special, BA is so special. Whether it was my first year or my 15th. I always got butterflies. Nothing like basketball.
Now here's Graham.
This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. Early on here, Greg, we already see some second-year players looking much improved over their rookie seasons.
Yeah, and if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. You're comfortable now with the speed and physicality of the game. And I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. LeVert on the wing. He's paired with Warren. In the post, it's Sabonis and Turner. And it's Brogdon in at the 1 spot. And for the Pistons, Bay and Grant are the forwards. Cunningham is out there with Hayes. And it's Olynyk in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So Detroit will get the first possession. Now, here's Cunningham.
We welcome you from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Welcome, everyone, to a new season of the NBA. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us at 2K Sports are as we get ready to start the season in style. Hi, folks. This is Brian Anderson. I'm with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce.
They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
Now Denver's starting 5. On the perimeter, Barton and Porter Jr. Down low, it's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Murray in at point guard. And for Toronto, Barnes is down low with Siakam. Van Vliet teams with Anunoby on the perimeter. And it's Dragic in at the point. Early on in the schedule, Brent, what things do veteran players try to do at this point of the season?
I think it's building on just a rhythm, BA, being in great condition. You kind of have a barometer with which you know you want to be at offensively, defensively, And so it's just about getting that rhythm.
And that shot should leave no doubt as to where we are tonight. It's the Toyota Center here in downtown Houston, Texas. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan.
To take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans. Underneath in the post, it's Williamson and Valanciunas. Ante Graham is out there with Hart, and it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. And for Houston, the backcourt made up of Wall and Green. The pairing up front, Tice and Wood. And it's Tate in at the 3, the small forward. So the Pelicans win the tip. And already, Greg, we're seeing some of the new wrinkles that players have added to their game.
No doubt.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks for joining us as we start the new season. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. So let's take a look at the starters for the Toronto Raptors. Barnes is down low with Siakam. Van Vliet teams with Anunoby on the perimeter. And it's Dragic in at the 1. And for San Antonio, Murray and White in the backcourt. Thaddeus Young out there with Jakob Poeltl. And it's Johnson in at small forward. And a lot of interest in the early part of the season to see how teams have changed with the addition of new pieces, Doris.
Yeah, or perhaps the development of existing players. It's fascinating to watch. Always great to see those teams that have taken the next step.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. Dragic again.
A beautiful day as it usually is here in Phoenix. Such a dramatic setting here in the Arizona desert. Welcome everybody to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. And certainly Bridges one to watch. DA, thanks. Here's the starting group for Houston. The pairing up front, Tice and Wood. And the wings, Green and Tate. And it's Wall in at the guard position. And for Phoenix, the star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. Up it forward, they'll have Bridges and Crowder. And it's Ayton in at the 5. Greg, for teams that are slow out of the gate, their fans can really be impatient and unforgiving.
Yeah, the media, too. I mean, I played New York, so in that town, you go big or you get talked about. And it happens in small towns as well. It's just a hard...
For the land of the free and the
Plenty of emotion in that touching rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. And with that, we'll be right back. And welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. Brand new season. So glad to have you with us on this journey. In this game, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder against the San Antonio Spurs. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Anderson alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. Murray and White in the backcourt. Thaddeus Young out there with Johnson. And it's Poeltl in at center, filling out the middle. And for Oklahoma City, the Canadian pair of Gilgeous-Alexander and Dort in the backcourt. Derek Favors out there with Darius Bazley. And it's Pokusevski in at the 3, the small forward. And facing off here, two offenses that can really grind out possessions, Clark.
Yeah, they don't mind using the shot clock. They really are deliberate in their approach. They want to move the ball and move the defense, move their bodies. They like to run the offense through all of the options, so they're not afraid, neither of these teams, to go deep into the shot.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Some talent for sure in the backcourt tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across from another top-level guard?
No, it always raises the stakes, and you want to rise to that challenge. But in the end, it all comes back to winning as a team.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Up it forward, they'll have Bridges and Crowder. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Ayton in at the 5 down low. And for Minnesota, the 4 and the 5, it's McDaniels and Towns. Beasley on the wing along with Edwards. And it's
Welcome, everyone. Here it is at long last. It's the start of the NBA regular season. I know everyone's just as excited as we are here on 2K Sports to get things underway. In this game, we'll see the Portland Trailblazers going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder with 2 Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. All right, let's check out the starting group for the Thunder. The Canadian pair of Gilgeous-Alexander and Dort, the backcourt. Derek Favors out there with Darius Baisley. And it's Pokashevsky in at the 3, the small forward. And for Portland, inside at the 4 and the 5, it's Covington and Nurkic. Filling out the wings, it's McCollum and Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point. All right, Doris, a bit of an old-school matchup. We got a couple of teams here that thrive in the half-court offense. Not something we see too much of anymore.
It's so true, B.A., but these are teams that put a high emphasis on execution, a lot of design plays, and
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, the forwards are Edwards and McDaniel. Russell in the backcourt with Beasley to his side. And it's Towns in at the 5 spot. And for Golden State, and the old core of this team out there, Curry and Clay as guards with Draymond at 4. Wiseman's out there with Wiggins. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
There are some of the all-time greats playing at the guard spot these days. I mean, this is going to be a fun matchup to watch.
Now here's Curry.
And there's the Washington Monument, which could only mean one thing. We're here live in Washington, D.C. And it's our favorite day of the year at 2K Sports. At long last, it's time to roll the ball out there and get the new season of NBA basketball underway. 2 slam dunk champs, Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our analysts tonight. Brian Anderson here. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. Well, we've got some hot starts and some ugly starts early in the season. Grant, how long should teams wait before worrying about their record?
Well, it's simple, B.A. If you have a bad record, you should always be worried. But most GMs don't think about making changes until about the halfway mark.
All right, let's check out the starting lineup for the Trailblazers. Powell and Covington, the duo at forward. The talented pair of Lillard and McCollum in the backcourt. And it's Nurkic in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for Washington, in at forward, it's Brown Jr. and Hachimura. Dinwiddie and Beal.